I think we are live, guys. I think we are live. If you can see and hear me, let me know. Let me know, guys. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in on Cinco de Mayo. Here we are, folks. A little Cinco de Mayo. What's going on, guys? I know it takes a minute for everybody to start getting in here. If you are in here, if you are tuning in, just give me some kind of comment in the comment section. Tell me where you're from, your weather, what's going on in your neck of the woods, and then we will get it going. We got a sink full of mayo, sink full of mayo, sink full of mayo. What's up, guys? We got Clyde Benito. WH, appreciate that comment. We got Don Stationary. We got David Wolf, Nicole, John, Cheeto, Cody, TT, Graham, Williams, Chris, Chi-Town. We got Noah, Clyde, Robert, Steven. We got Ratchman, Jason, James, Mark, Robert. We got Chris with the Trip Hayes. We got Colin in the house. We got Jeff. We got Robbie, Thomas, Roman. We got Glenn. Thanks for tuning in, bro. We got Jeff from Las Vegas. Awesome, awesome. Boise, Idaho, 52 degrees. Honestly, I've reached the point in my life where I actually like it when it's in the 50s. Like before, I was like 75 and sunny. That's perfect. And now as I get older, I just like it being colder and colder and colder. It's going to get to the point where like it's going to be like in the mid 40s and I'm like, finally a nice day. I don't know why, but I do like it when it's kind of in the 50s. We got Chris in the house with Triple Haze. You know what? I'm going to give a shout out to my imaginary taco truck called Trip Haze because it's Cinco de Mayo. So anyways, happy Cinco de Mayo, guys. We always make this joke about saying hey, hey, hey to like the different platforms that we're live on these live videos. And I always said that I'm going to start a taco truck called Trip Haze, which sounds like a great name for a taco food truck, right? So Trip Haze in the house today. It's going to happen one day, all right? We got Ralph from Warsaw. That's awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for being here today. If you've noticed, I haven't trimmed down the beard in quite some time, so I'm actually going to try to grow it out. I'm going to try to grow out the beard, but I know that, like, I talked to somebody about it who has, like, a really big, awesome beard, and basically they were like, what you do is you just become Grizzly Adams for a little while, and then eventually you'll go to a barber and have them actually, like, shape it up and make it where, like, the sides aren't too big and it kind of has that overall kind of downward shape, you know what I'm saying? But for right now, I'm just kind of trying to grow it out so I can get to that point. So I'm a little Grizzly Adams right now here on the sides, the sideburns here of my beard, which is kind of funny. I'm like pushing it down, but I'm waiting probably another week to 2 weeks to actually go somewhere and get it shaped up and actually fixed, you know what I mean? And make it like nice looking. I know there's some people in here who probably have a big, awesome beard, and you know what I'm talking about. If you guys have a big, awesome beard, let me know if what I'm saying is correct or if I need to kind of go in each week and get it shaped up. I don't want to do it myself because I don't know how to do it, and I'm going to mess it up, all right? So I'm trying to have a big, awesome beard, but it's a work in progress. You know what I'm saying? Grizzly Sean, I still wouldn't touch it if I were you. Exactly. Yeah, I'm going to give it probably a couple more weeks before I actually do something. All right. Anyway, so there's that. Only other kind of like cool thing that I'm doing before we start talking about flashlights and getting into everything, I'd like to give you guys just a quick update. So next weekend, I'm actually doing this like challenge race where it's basically around like 3.5 miles, but the whole race, there's all these like obstacles, right? So it's kind of like a Spartan race, if you guys have heard of those. So I'm actually going to be doing one of those next week. So it's obviously a lot different than running a marathon. But it should be fun because I'm going to be climbing up ropes and like jumping up walls and like jumping over cars and like doing just like savage type stuff. But that's next Saturday morning, and that should be very, very exciting. It's the first time I've ever done one of these like, obstacle course like challenge races where you get to just like climb up stuff and do crazy things. So I'm excited about it, but I honestly don't even really know what I'm getting into. There's probably going to be a lot of jumping and crawling and pulling and all those kinds of things. All right. So anyways, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Very excited about it. Just to let you guys know, we will be giving away some blue i16s at the end of this video. So if you guys want to hang out, there is a potential for you guys to be able to win an awesome, honestly, I think the best keychain light that's out on the market. It's got USB Type-C charging, which is great to see on such a small product. Also, it does have, it goes up to 180 lumens. It has a low mode as well if you don't need all of that. So very, very bright here, as you can see on the high mode, low mode, very, very low there. It's got a large split ring as well for any type of key ring that you have. And then, of course, this is the i16 version of it. So it has all of these like really cool Olight 16th anniversary things going on all over the light. So we're going to be giving some of these away at the end of this video. So just to let you guys know, to be honest with you, this week we've really been doing a lot of like future related things. Just to give you an update on like what we're doing here at Olight. There was kind of a Labor Day situation going on in China. So the people who work in our international headquarters, they have been out for the past few days. So if you're in our Facebook group, or if you follow any of those people, you'll probably see that they've been a little bit more quiet this week. You've probably seen less posts and responses and things like that from them. They are back. So all of that has ended. They were gone mostly like Monday through Wednesday of this week. They have been back the past couple days. So in terms of customer service, in terms of getting in touch with our live chat function on our website, getting email responses, things like that, the past few days it has taken a little bit longer, but we are completely back to normal. Everybody's back to work and all of that good stuff. So no worries there. In terms of the 16th anniversary sale, I'm sure 99.9% of the people who are watching this live video, you've probably already received your orders and are enjoying all of your products. If you haven't received your order yet, there's probably something going on with the order that you've reached out to us about, and it will either be reshipped or something like that. But honestly, the Facebook group and just the comment section and things like that I've seen this week, everybody seems real happy with their orders. And overall, it's been a very positive week in terms of the community. There hasn't been any like bad, weird things that have happened, like any hot topics or anything like that. Like it's been just a very nice, positive week, in terms of people getting their products, enjoying their products, and all of that good stuff. I just got the Olight Borzoi. Yeah, I know it's a hard thing to say. It's a cool name, but it's like kind of hard to say. And it's crazy sharp. That's awesome, Cameron. I'm glad to hear that. Got the Fortitude fixed blade. That's really cool. Yeah, so I actually have the Spur dog right here. I actually showed this in a short little reel YouTube video yesterday. I made like a little reel, showing some homage to May the 4th. I actually included, I have like this little Grogu doll thing. And I actually like had the doll like carrying the Spur dog for that video. It's kind of funny, but anyways, I wanted to highlight one of the O knives every single week. Last week, I made a video talking about the Ribato, and then this week, I'm talking about the Spur dogs. I feel like because we've come out with so many knife models recently, that this ended up being kind of an underrated release. The cool thing about this one is the fact that it is assisted. So it's not an automatic, meaning that you don't push a button and it flies open. You actually do have to put force on it and push the tab in order for it to open up. But it is assisted. It has a little spring inside of it. So if you press on the tab, it will open up very quickly, right? It does have a really awesome blade shape here as well, kind of your standard drop point style blade. It's got a really nice sharpening choil right here as well. So in terms of sharpening this knife, it's exceptionally easy. This one has D2 steel. D2 is a tool steel that is tried and true and used on hundreds of thousands of knives out there and products and things like that. So D2 is a fantastic steel. Good thing about this D2 as well is the only complaint that I ever really hear about D2 is potential rust. The thing is, though, this one is DLC coated, so the blade is actually protected from corrosion and all of that. Anytime that I get a knife in a tool steel, have that be D2 or M4 or any of like the tool related steels, O1, anything like that, I try to get it in a coated variant because that way it's going to be that much more resistant to rust. So if you're getting a tool steel and you live in a warmer, more humid climate, I know, a lot of people are living in Florida now and, Texas and all of that. For you guys, I would just suggest if you are going to get a tool steel knife like D2, get one that actually has a coating on it because that's really going to help out with the corrosion resistance and the rust and all of that stuff. It's got a 3-inch blade. Well, it's actually a 2.99-inch blade, specifically for those places that have that 3-inch blade issue. If you live in a place where there's a length restriction, just know that this one is barely going to pass the mark with that 3-inch blade. It is 3.3 ounces, so it's not heavy at all. It's very balanced. And I can actually put 4 fingers on this with my size large glove. So if you have larger hands, I'm a pretty big guy, and this still is plenty of handle for me to get all 4 fingers on it. So the Spur Dog, it's a really cool knife. I really enjoy the aggressive kind of frag pattern that's on there. I'm a big fan of that. It just feels, I don't know, it has that like heavy duty kind of feel with that frag pattern on there. And we also have it in gray as well. We also have it in gray. So we have the gray and the OD green. Another cool thing about these two is that it does have a lock on it. So if you're going to use this as like a backup knife, or if this is going to be in your pocket for a long period of time, I would suggest closing down that lock so that way there is no possible way to accidentally open it up, right? So there's no way that I can actually pull this flipper and have the knife open. And then when I click open that little lock, now it works again. So very, very safe design as well because of the fact that you can literally lock it to where it's impossible to open up. It also has the deep carry pocket clip. You guys love these clips. I love them as well, simply because they work with any pair of pants that you wear. Have that be thicker work pants, have that be slacks. It doesn't really matter what type of pants you're wearing. This clip is going to work. And then also it will be fully concealed so you won't draw a bunch of attention and have this big crazy looking knife hanging out of your pocket. So I think the Spur Dog is very practical with its design. I think it's very safe with it having that lock. The blade shape itself is very easy to sharpen. It's got that large sharpening choil. It's pretty much got all the things that I'm looking for an everyday just user type knife, right? So if you guys haven't checked these out, I would highly suggest it. They're not that expensive. I'll look at the price here real quick, but they're not expensive. This is definitely a user type knife. Let me take a look here. They're $59.99, so $60. $60 for a Spur Dog. And the cool thing about it too is it's not just some random knife that you're buying from some shop It's not just some random company on Amazon or something. I mean, it's backed by Olight, so you have real customer service backing the knife as well. If you have any issues with the knife, as long as you didn't purposefully destroy it, like if the knife isn't working properly or if there's any issues with fit and finish, anything like that, you have a legitimate company to contact and get it replaced. So you don't have to worry about that as well. All right. If you're going to have a product that you're going to be using on a regular basis, that you're probably going to put through the ringer, especially a knife like this is definitely a user. This isn't a Safe Queen. You want to have it backed by a company that's actually like going to support their products, right? So I think if you're going to get something like this, get it from a company that actually cares about their customers and has customer service and will replace the product if you need it to be replaced, which is obviously what we do here at Olight. Okay. Do you guys have any questions about the Spur Dog? Really cool design, works super well. There you go. There's a good look at it. So you can see there, very simple blade shape. You can even see like right there at the bottom of the sharpening choil, how it's a clean grind going from the tip all the way to the very back of the blade. A lot of times you'll see knives where the actual edge here at the back of the blade is kind of messed up. It's like they didn't really grind it right at the very back of the blade. This is not like that at all. You have a very clean, crisp edge going from the tip all the way to the back of that sharpening choil. So whoever sharpened this one that I've got right here did a perfect job. I mean, the edge is just uniform. I've seen knives that cost hundreds of dollars that don't have an edge this uniform, right? So really good edge, smart design. You can see there, this is going to be easy to sharpen. Just an awesome, awesome knife. Okay. So this is the Spur Dog. They're $60, $59.99 at olightstore.com. All right. Any other questions about those? Got to get me that green one. Yeah, man. I like to spend $60 and get this knife in the mail. And it also comes in a little pouch here as well that is actually stitched. So it's not just some like stamp or something like that. Like it's actually legitimately stitched. And it does come with a patch as well for the patch collectors out there. You get an exclusive Spur Dog patch that's very, very cool with this knife as well. So it even comes with a microfiber cloth that has, oh, where is it? Oh no, this one, there it is. I was like, where is it? That actually has O Knife on it as well. So even a customized microfiber cloth as well. All right. Let's see here. TT said the pressure switch is not working for his own. TT, just hit us up, man. Just hit us up. We'd be happy to replace it for you. That's no problem at all. Yeah, just send us an email. cs@olightstore.com is probably your best bet right now, just because we're coming up to Friday afternoon. You can try and get in touch with our live chat as well. I just know the live chat is a little bit more tough when we're getting into the end of Friday. But regardless, we'll just send you a new one. That's no problem at all. You know? Yeah, no problem at all. Why no light on the knife, right? What's it taste like? Okay. BOGO, come on, man. Josie, can you take it apart? So I'm not going to take it apart right now, but I mean, yes, you can take it apart. I would highly suggest having it open when you take it apart, so that way the spring doesn't have any tension. But yeah, you can absolutely take this apart. It literally just has 3 screws. So we have the pivot screw and then the 2 body screws right there, and then you can go ahead and take it apart. Okay. Only thing about the Spur Dog, I would suggest being careful, just because it does have that spring inside of it. But then again, I mean, there's like thousands of spring deployment knives that are out and about. So this isn't some new revolutionary design. one of the first knives that I actually ever owned in my whole life had a spring deployment, where it had a little spring that helped open up the blade. So, this is a very like traditional folding knife design with having that spring, the assisted spring. Yeah. But yeah, you can definitely take it apart. All of our knives, you can take them apart. That's no problem at all. I mean, we literally sell aftermarket scales for some of them. So like we tell you guys to take them apart. We don't have any like weird don't take your knife apart policies. I know there's a lot of companies out there for some reason who have that. I guess they're just worried about people messing up their knives. But for us, we don't have any policy against you guys servicing your own knives. Just be smart about it. Like, don't ruin your knife. Like, if you have no idea how to sharpen a blade, maybe learn first before you destroy your knife. You know what I'm saying? If you've never taken a knife apart before, maybe watch a YouTube video. I actually have a video on this YouTube channel of me taking apart a Drever and replacing the scales. So I even took apart a Drever on camera on this YouTube channel. So if you guys want to service your knives, please have at it. And again, we do have customer service backing all of these products. So, you're always going to be fine regardless. Okay. Will we ever see an updated M1T and M1T Plus? We've had a lot of people asking about this. It's pretty remarkable, actually. Anytime that I ask, like, what color or what product should we come out with next, these kinds of questions, which I like to ask here on the main Facebook page, people are like always like an M1T, an M1T Pro, or something like that. So let me ask you guys, before we get into the giveaway, what kind of features would you want to see with the new M1T and the new M1T Plus if we actually made it? Now, keep in mind, I personally have not heard of any plans of a new M1T version yet. But I think this is going to be one of those things where if people keep talking about it, if people keep mentioning it in the comment sections of our posts, if people keep talking about it in the Facebook group, I really do think that we can make it happen, but we have to get it on the radar, right? So I need you guys to be on my team. I need you to be on Team M1T. If we ever post anything on social media, or if you guys want to post stuff in the Facebook group, make a comment that says like, I want a new M1T. I want a new M1T. Like if they only see M1T comments, then I promise you that we will actually be able to get an M1T. Run a 16650. That is an interesting battery. That's an interesting battery. Let's see. Dual fuel USB-C. Yeah. So Scott, are you talking about like a USB-C 18650, something like that? Because I personally would prefer to have an M1T without a charging port. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to have some type of port on the side of the flashlight, especially as an M1T, where it's going to be primarily for putting on guns, using out in the field. I look at the M1T as being like a law enforcement, like secondary light, like a backup light for law enforcement, firefighters, things like that. So like the M1T is more of like a rugged kind of heavy duty, simple flashlight, more of a tactical flashlight than the Baton series, right? So if we're trying to make like a really heavy duty, hardcore light, I don't think it makes sense to have some type of charging port on it. But if it worked with one of those charging port 18650s, I think there's even charging 21700s that are available these days as well. I think that would be cool. The only thing about it, Robbie, is with the 21700, obviously the size of the light is going to have a much bigger diameter. If any of the people watching this have the Baton 3 Pro and then also the Baton 3 Pro Max, you'll see that the Max is a significantly larger flashlight, right? So going from the 18650 to the 21700 really does drastically change the profile of the flashlight. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of a big decision. If anything, I would like to see an M1T Pro and an M1T Pro Max. So there's an 18650 version of it, and then also a 21700 version of it. Like that would be cool. Let's take a look. Definitely ditch the CR123s. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Randolph, yes, this does have bearings. That's how it is so smooth and so fast. Like when I'm closing this, obviously when you close it, you have to overcome the spring, but like the way that it feels is very, very smooth. Pretty much all of the O-Knife products do run on a bearing system. That way we can get such amazing action on these knives. So just keep that in mind. If you're buying a knife from the O-Knife lineup, and it's a flipper or thumb studs or something like that, it's probably on bearings. Most of them are on bearings because we want to get that action, right? Like we want to have it be fall shut. We want it to open up super fast. So just know that if you're buying an O-Knife, if you're buying a knife from olightstore.com, O-Buy, and it actually is like a pivoting, folding knife, it's probably with bearings. Yeah. And no mode memory. So you don't want mode memory, Fire Medic. Interesting. Okay. Sean, the sweat is showing through your cap. Man, I know. I'm always sweating. Marauder Mini and magnesium or titanium. It's probably possible. I don't think titanium would really be a thing just because it would be extremely expensive. And it would be probably a lot harder to make than the aluminum version as well. So probably not titanium. If anything, I would like us to see magnesium alloy with like the Baton 3. I would love to see a magnesium, basically a little brother to the tan magnesium Baton 3 Pro Max that we came out with, and have like a tan premium charging case with it as well. Like a magnesium little Baton 3 brother to the magnesium Baton 3 Pro Max would be really, really cool. I use a 16650 all the time. Interesting. Do you guys have 16650s? Do you guys have 16650? M1T Pro with stepless dimming. You mean just like holding down the switch and having it gradually go up and down? That's probably not a feature that would exist in like a very simple tactical light. If you look at most of like the tactical lights that are on the market, most of them only have a couple settings. Just like the Warrior 3X, for that one, it's just a couple settings with the tail switch. Most of these very like heavy duty tactical lights just have like 2 modes. They're not going to have all of the features that the Baton series has. I got my copper version right here, but yeah, it's not going to be that involved compared to the EDC lights. Tactical lights should not have multi-modes. Yeah. For example, the Baton series, like the one I'm holding in my hand right now, this one has 6 different settings. So like I'm on Moonlight, low, medium, high, and then jump up to turbo. And then you also have strobe. So when you have a light that has like 6 different settings, it's just too much going on for an on-off tail switch style light, you know? Now, if you want to have a tail switch light that has all of the Baton series style modes, get the Warrior Mini 2. The Warrior Mini 2 is the best of both worlds. If you want all of the features of the Baton series light, but you also want to be able to use a tail switch, the Warrior Mini 2 is exactly what you want. Now, if you're looking for, something for your rifle, if you're looking for something that's more simple, more of just your traditional tactical light, that's when you want to be moving into, the actual full-size Warrior series, like the Warrior X and things like that series. On off, maybe strobe. Strobe is also controversial. Um, when I go to the gun shows and things like that, I typically ask people that. I'm like, do you like strobe? Especially if someone tells me they're like a firearms instructor or something like that. Like, if it's somebody who's in the industry and they know what they're talking about, I always try to ask them, okay, do we do strobe? Do we not do strobe? Like, what do you think? And even them are kind of back and forth. Like, they're like, well, sometimes it can be helpful, but most of the time you're not going to actually use it. So that's also kind of a difficult topic of the strobe or not strobe with these lights as well. I don't care for strobe. See, there you go. There you go. Um, the sleep mode is my favorite on the Pro Max. Yeah. So if you like all of the different settings, if you like all of the advanced features of the Baton series and you want that tail switch again, go with the Warrior Mini 2 because the Warrior Mini 2 is pretty much a Baton 3 Pro with a tail switch when you really think about it. Like, it's very, very similar to this flashlight. It's got a little bit different head on it, and it does have the metal tail switch, but it is very, very similar to this light right here. So that's for you guys. Strobe makes me want to dance. Fair enough. High-low strobe. Personally like strobe as an option. No memory, goes to high when turned on, half clicks change mode, momentary on as well. So Robbie, um, that's most likely what's would happen with the new version. Just thinking about the UI of our tail switch lights for the past few years, it's typically the high, low, maybe strobe. We've even produced lights that don't even have strobe, where it's just high, low, and that's it. Um, so if anything, with a new M1T light, I'm thinking high, low, potentially strobe, maybe not even strobe, just high, low. If anything, the strobe would probably be a hidden feature where, again, it's just like a triple tap. Just like here, you got to do a triple tap to get to the strobe. It'd probably be something like that with like a triple half press to be able to jump into that. And then once it's actually in the strobe, you can click in, it'll stay on the strobe. If that makes sense. I agree, no charging port. Yeah, Glenn, for sure, man. You don't want charging ports on tactical lights that you're going to be taking into the field, potentially using for law enforcement, security, even military. You don't want ports and things that could get messed up on your light. That's another reason why the magnetic charging is so famous and probably the most successful thing that Olight has ever done is the magnetic charging. That's what we're known for. That's what makes Olight truly special. Is the magnetic charging, because you're not going to get a bunch of gunk in the port. You don't have some little rubber flap that's protecting it from water. The thing is actually legitimately waterproof, and it doesn't have some port that's going to get damaged. Hold on one second, guys. 1 second, guys. I'm getting a lot of packages today. Okay. We're getting a lot of packages today, so I appreciate you guys for holding on for a second there. Anyways, okay, cool. So we're looking at no charging port, potentially just low and high mode, maybe a strobe mode, maybe have a rechargeable cell that works in the light. So ditch the CR123s, do like a USB Type-C 18650 or 21700. I think is the way to go. I think it'd be really cool to also see it in magnesium alloy. That would be really cool as well. That's just what I'm thinking right now for a new version of the M1T. I'm going to take a look at all these suggestions and definitely submit them. But at least in this video, I got a little bit better idea of what you guys are looking for in a tactical light. So I appreciate all of that feedback. Javelin Attack, M-Log QD mount. Let's see. M1T copper, Irwin. Let me see here. Oh boy. Okay. And And a dog light, high, low, hold for strobe. Okay, Jason. Okay. Cool. All right, guys. Anyways, I appreciate all that feedback. Let's go ahead and get into the giveaway. We got like 120 people watching right now on YouTube. If you could give this video a thumbs up while we're getting ready for the giveaway. Also, let me get some ready Freddies in the comments section. We are going to do YouTube first for the giveaway. And then after that, we are going to move into Facebook. Okay. So hit the smashing like button. Hit the smashing like button. Yep, that's where I am today. Hit that smashing like button and tell me that you're ready. And then we'll go ahead and give away. We'll give away some flashlights, folks. All right. Cool. All right. We're starting to get readies. If you're watching on Facebook, just be patient with me if you can. I will get to your giveaway right after we pick a winner on YouTube. So thank you guys for your patience on Facebook. Okay, cool. All right, perfect. Okay, so YouTube, this is your giveaway question in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is the length of the Baton 3 Pro in inches? How many inches long is the Baton 3 Pro? Ready, steady. Oh, darn, where's my spaghetti? Thank you, Noah. That's hilarious, man. It's awesome. All right, cool. So we definitely have 3 of the right answers. All right, so number 1's Fulliger. Number 2 is Dave Louie. And number 3 is Ratchman. So Fulliger, Louie, Ratchman. Fulliger, Louie, Ratchman are the top 3 correct answers. Going into the random number generator here, 1 through 3. Number 3. Number 3, Fulliger, Louie, Ratchman. Ratchman, you won. Ratchman 5000, which is a great name, by the way. So congratulations, Ratchman. Well done, my friend. In order for you to get your free flashlight, you will have to send me an email to Sean, SEAN, at olightstore.com. Sean, SEAN, at olightstore.com. And we will ship out your free blue I-16 flashlight. Congratulations, Ratchman. Cool. Awesome. All right, well, thank you guys so much. Again, we had a lot of people watching today, so thank you so much for watching this live video here on YouTube. If you could, smash the thumbs up button before you leave. I appreciate all of your awesome feedback. Obviously, we are in a new month, so we are already starting to get prepared for this month's sale. We're already starting to do a lot of things for this month. So if you're born in May, be excited about that. We still have a lot of work to do, but it will be another very exciting month for us Olight fans. So get pumped up for that. You guys have an absolutely wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you later, YouTube. Cool.